So Director of Advocacy for Sandy Hook Promise is your title. Can you talk about the organization and its goals?
Sandy Hook Promise came together as a group of members of our community in Newtown, Connecticut, after the tragedy at the school there in Sandy Hook on December 14th. And they just thought that they needed to do something. They organized and put together what was basically a platform for any of the folks that were directly involved if they wanted to engage in any level of listening or learning or advocacy. So now it's just kind of become my life's work now.
You began today by talking about kindness and the way that we treat each other.
Mm-hmm.
Have we gotten away from the basics, the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated, and maybe that's led to this society and this violent culture?
I'm not sure if we've gotten away from it, but maybe we're not cognizant of how important it is and how such a simple value system can be really effective. My Daniel would hold doors for strangers, just the way he was wired. And I think that kind of philosophy can go a long way toward kind of getting us recentered and back to a little more of a civil existence.
And a civil conversation is what you also talked about. Mm-hmm. How do you reconcile and bring together the most extreme NRA supporter and at the other end of the spectrum, the person that says, let's get rid of all the guns? How do you find a common ground for those two people?
You know, the common ground is the key. Okay, so you will have people at either end of the extremes, and not just one side and the other side, but many sides around kind of a concentric, coming from different angles and different philosophies. And the common ground is the key. We're not all parents, but we've all had a parent, and we can all recognize and identify with that universal, unconditional love, and we can start from that. That's one thing we can say we have in common. We can start from that. We can have a conversation about that and move it forward into one of those fringe areas and see how far we can go with it.
And finally, you spoke to a group of mainly college students today, and we make up the future electorate, future politicians, the next generation. What is your hope for young people?
Well, I'm hoping that we can just you guys can take this ball and run with it. Below you guys, or under you guys, is my son and James and my daughter Natalie, and they're on board with this. You need to have that conversation, find the common ground, and you don't want to say like, oh, it's all about the love, but it kind of is. It really kind of is. I mean, and you kind of take it out of that stereotype, and you move it forward in a real way. In a meaningful way, and I know that positive change can happen, and I know that we can do it, and you can be part of it, and you can be part of it, and I'll be part of it, and we can carry that on and pass it down to my kids, and then keep it going.